Hello everybody, good afternoon and welcome to That's Football. I'm Mark Goldbridge and this is your Arsenal trip to West Ham watch-along ahead of a big Super Sunday with Manchester United going to Aston Villa. We'll be live on the United stand for that later as well. And don't forget, on this channel tonight, it's one of the biggest streams of the year. We look forward to it. It's the Super Bowl. It's the Chiefs against the 49ers from Vegas. We will be live tonight. I've got my snacks, I've got my American snacks, I've got my drinks. We're ready to go, and I hope you all are ready to go as well. It's a big day. Look, it's a big day. Look at the table. Arsenal have a chance to go back level with Manchester City. They've got to take that chance. They have to take that chance. If that's what Arsenal are about this season, if they want to be contenders for titles, then they have to take this chance. Yes. Essex Boy says Team Swift. Team up yours. No, thank you. I'm not. Nathan Harper says Super Bowl is nonsense. You get yourself to bed early, Nathan. Go to sleep. No one wants you to join us anyway. Thank you. But look, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. If you like watching Barbie instead, go watch Barbie. If you want to watch The One Show, watch The One Show. We're watching the Super Bowl. We're going to enjoy it like we do every year. Nathan's having an early night. Anyway, look, let's get into the show. But before we get into all of that, one of our favourite sponsors on the show is, of course, Manscaped. You can get 20% off with the code FOOTY at checkout by scanning that QR code or by going through the link in the description. So what have they got? They've got the beard trimmer, which I probably do need to use, actually. I like to keep it a little bit shorter than that. But they've got 11 different lengths for you, 20% off, free worldwide delivery. You've also got the Weed Whacker for up the nose, which is very, very good. The Handyman, which will give you a clean shave. I just use it for the bits around the edge. And then probably the star player, really. It's the lawnmower for down there. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. It'll make a big difference for you. Check them all out. Fantastic products with Manscaped. And you can get 20% off with the code FOOTY, and most important of all, free worldwide shipping. You don't want to be paying for that, do you? So use the code FOOTY. Thank you everybody at Manscaped, and thanks everyone who goes and gets some stuff from them. Very, very well working. Anyway, why are we trying to copy other sports like rugby when football is the #1 sport in the world, says Cameron. I think he's talking about the blue card. I'm just going to get the what am I going to try and get going here? I want to get the why is that not doing that? Can we just do that and get moving? Okay, yeah, we've got the West Ham team there for you. I just want to go through the team news. I thought what Ange said was very reminiscent of what I said about the blue card. Every other sport in the world is trying to speed it up to make it more interesting to the viewer. We've got the most interesting sport in the world, and we seem to be stupidly trying to slow the game down. You know what? Football's always had a problem with the powers that be. And they just seem to be completely and utterly clueless, to be honest with you. Areola in goal, Kufal, Zuma, Agard, Emerson, Alvarez, Soucek and Ward-Prowse. Johnson, Kudus and Bowen completes their team. Calvin Phillips still on the bench. And then Arsenal, Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kiwiar, I can't pronounce his name. Odegaard, Rice and Havertz, don't like that. Saka, Trossard and Martinelli. Do not like that midfield of Odegaard, Rice and Havertz. And not even an Arsenal fan. And do not like that midfield three of Havertz and Odegaard and Rice. But Declan Rice up against his old club. Of course, they actually won this game. Was it Boxing Day or it was? These are the Boxing Day fixtures. I can't remember whether this was a Boxing Day game. Might have been the day after Boxing Day. Maybe it was Boxing Day. But West Ham beat them at Emirates. So yeah, very, very interesting game. Declan Rice going back to West Ham for the first time, and yeah, I think it's gonna be difficult for Arsenal. I don't think they'll lose, but I think it might be a draw. But they've got to go and win this game, and maybe that's why Arteta has gone with Odegaard and Havertz in the game here. But let me just get this tweet done, and then I'll be back paying attention where I should be paying my attention to. Match hasn't started yet. No, we'll get the timer ready for that. But yeah, I'm going to go for a draw in this one. But it's the sort of game that Arsenal have to win. Sadly, a lot of pro sports nowadays are developing for the sake of generating more money and operating as business instead of bettering the sport, says Dan V. Oh, look, my cynical view is that we are bringing things like VAR in and looking at things like blue cards because actually the powers that be want to slow the game down so they can start inserting adverts. I think we're primed for this. I think we're almost being groomed for this because look at the VAR decision. They're taking around a couple of minutes. How long before we become accustomed to it's going to take 2 minutes and they come out with this idea? Well, we've realised for people at home and in the ground, it's quite boring while you're waiting for something to happen. So, you know, to take their attention away, we're going to stick in a couple of ads. I think that's coming. And I think that, you know, it's confusing to the purists. Like Ange was saying yesterday, and I would say, and I'm sure many of you would say, it's confusing to the purists why we're trying to ruin the beautiful game. But I think we're trying to slow it down to insert more ads, more ads, more ads. I mean, I think the Premier League probably looks at the Super Bowl tonight and goes, "Oh, can we have a half-time show?" You know, they'd love it. I mean, look, I'm grateful we do a watch-along, and pretty much for 2 hours, it's non-stop conversation, isn't it? I have Sky or TNT on when I'm watching a game, and at half-time, I think it's pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. I've got my eye on the TV, and from half-time, you barely see the pundits. It's just probably 3 adverts. It's just constant. There's not really any half-time punditry, is there? It's just advert, 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 advert. In fact, they come back for about 5 seconds and they go, "We're back again after this advert." So I agree with you, Dan. Why are we? Hi, Mark. How are you doing? Who do you Who do you have winning the Prem? And who's your predicted top 4? Says Sufyan. Well, I've got Man City winning it, Liverpool and Arsenal, and then I don't know. I think the game between Man United and Villa is massive today. Absolutely massive. Start, bench, sell, Pizza Hut, Papa John's or Domino's, says Padge. I'm not a massive pizza fan, to be honest. So I can't really give you a definitive on that. I'd feel embarrassed getting it wrong for the pizza experts in the chat. So start, bench, sell, Pizza Hut, Papa John's, Domino's. You go in the chat. I'll read some out. I genuinely don't have pizza enough to know who's. I've never been I'll have a pizza, but it's not like I wouldn't order it enough to go, "Oh, I know they're better than them," if you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know. Ty says fancies West Ham here. Thoughts on Glazers wanting to bring player cams in, says Bob. Money, yeah. I think it's all about money, isn't it? I mean, literally, I was talking about this on the United Stand the other day. These player cams are so that fans can pay to follow a player's camera, but I don't get that. I actually don't think it adds something. I think sometimes technology gets added to football and it doesn't actually add something. Sky used to have player cam and they got rid of it. So it's not new. Having a player cam's not new. Oh, I can follow Garnacho around. You'll soon get fucking bored and want to watch the main cam, and you'll end up paying £100 for something that you barely watch. You'll use it for a couple of weeks and then you'll be like, I want to go and watch what the original is. You know, some things aren't broken. I think player cams could be quite interesting from tactical point of view. I'd love it, but not from a watch point of view. Yeah, it's a bit like playing as a player when you play FIFA, isn't it? It's a nice novelty for a couple of games. Then you want to get hold of your centre back and make him to pass. New toy syndrome, says Robin B. Yeah. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it, Bob. Don't know what everyone else's is. But big afternoon this afternoon. I hope you're all doing really well. I'm really excited about today. I think Arsenal West Ham is a fantastic game. Man United against Villa. Yeah, I'm going to be very, very stressed for that one. And then hopefully results go my way. And then tonight we can have a nice, because I look forward to the Super Bowl watch along every year. Hopefully we can have a nice drink and not alcohol. It's not that sort of a show. Some of you will be having alcohol, but I don't. You know, I've got me Pringles, I've got me Burger King Doritos, I've got some sweets, I've got all sorts of stuff. So looking forward to it. And hopefully 49ers make a game of it, because the Chiefs are the Man City of NFL. Who's been our most influential signing in the past decade? For me, it's Lissandro or Casemiro, says Jace. I think it's Bruno, to be fair. I think it's slim pickings, but I think it's Bruno. Anyway, the game has started here, and it's Arsenal just knocking the ball around the back. At the moment. No, Hank says, Mark, don't you drink anymore? I've cut down a lot, and but I won't be giving it in. No, I just don't really see the point in doing it on a Sunday night when I've got to do stuff tomorrow. So, but I had a few on Friday, but I try not to drink recreationally anymore. And what I mean by that is just sit in the house on a Saturday night when I'm not going out and having 2 or 3, because it has an impact on how you feel on a Sunday. So, oh, great interception here by Kudos. Arsenal have got players back, though. He's probably overrun it a little bit, but he gets it into Kufal. Keep your eyes on this. Cross and headed away. But I think it was... Is it Q? How do you pronounce that Polish player's name? Is it Q? It's not QER? Got stuck on the ball. But Man United are going to finish 5th. I've seen it already, says Lee. And JJJ says, if this is getting silly, I'd rather green card collect for good behaviour. 10 green cards can revoke 1 red over the season. Yeah. Interesting. But a bit of a mistake there. West Ham didn't really capitalise on it. Going to be a lot harder for Arsenal this week, of course. Last week, they were playing this high line. Liverpool were playing this high line and Arsenal could counter-attack. No way West Ham are going to play like that here. So expect a lot of possession for Arsenal. A different type of game for them, but Arteta will have been getting them pumped up all week because there's no point beating Liverpool and then not going to beat West Ham. If nothing else, at least Arsenal will have won. We beat Liverpool at the Emirates Cup, says Robbo96. OHS Production says, what snacks have you got for Super Bowl? Well, I got let down by a supplier, actually. I got very let down by a supplier. I'm not going to name them at the moment, but they are going to get a strongly worded email tomorrow. And, well, actually, I'm going to ring them up because I ordered it on Wednesday for next day delivery, and it's not here on Sunday, which I think's shit. Don't offer that sort of service if you're going to do it. But I do have... I'll show you here. I've got these Burger King Whopper Doritos. I've got myself some M&Ms, and I've got some Fanta drinks that are from America, and then I've got a load of this stuff as well. So, yeah, we'll be fine. It's only for me. I'd love to virtually share you, but, yeah. It wasn't Amazon, Edwin, no. It wasn't Sneak. Daniel says, why are they booing Rice? He made them 105 million. Yeah, good point. I'm going to tweet that. I don't really understand that. Why would you... I mean, surely it's pantomime booing at the end of the day. Yeah, how are you feeling ahead of this? If you've got any United fans or Villa fans in, how are you feeling ahead of that game? I mean, to be honest, it's not even one of those games. You know, sometimes you get a big game and you say, we want to win, but a draw wouldn't be too bad. I don't think a draw really helps United that much. I think a draw would be good for Villa. But, yeah. Gunners tonight says... go Niners tonight. Sorry, says Casper. I put 2 words together and made something else there. Kieran Parsons says, hi, another 3 points today, but one thing I don't get is West Ham fans booing Rice when he did so much for them and didn't leave in a bad way. The modern game is a funny thing. You can't predict it, can you? So I don't know why they're booing him. West Ham won a trophy last year with Declan Rice. He was brilliant last year, and he made them 105 million quid. I mean... Win, 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 win. And with all due respect, West Ham have never won a Premier League. He wants to win the biggest prizes in the game. I'm sure if West Ham were going for titles, he wouldn't have left them for Arsenal. Full English or a Sunday roast, says Saeed. I've got to go full... I don't know, you know, I've got my roast tonight. I've just had a lunch of white... I'll tell you what, I've really got into it as well. I had white rice with some salmon and some sour cream and then just some, like a green salad with it. And I thought, there's no taste to that. But actually, the salmon was smoked. It was really nice. Don Goatbridge says, mate, the ad takes me to the start of the video. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know why that does that. Doesn't make any sense why it would take you to the start of a live video. Somebody was on about this yesterday. I can't do anything about it. So, hi Mark, either or, Havertz or Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse facing Dexter. Let's run that out as well. It's a good one. I like it. Havertz or Prowse. Big. I don't know whether anyone saw my Twitter today. Big reveal coming tomorrow. Probably around lunchtime. Jay says, no Super Bowl watch along, Mark. You do realise it starts at 11 o'clock tonight? Yes, there is a Super Bowl watch along. Yeah, big announcement, reveal, whatever you want to call it tomorrow. It's not a footballer. You know, last week it was it was Rasmus. I can't do that every week as much as I'd like to, but yeah, it's a bucket list thing for me, and it's down to all of you. So I can't wait to show it you. So get ready for it. It'll be on this channel as well. I love the Bruno Guimaraes and Joel Linton interviews as Andrew. Yeah, I love that from Will. It was really good. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, Ward-Prowse has got nearly 80% of the vote here over Havertz. Gotta say, don't disagree. Do not disagree. But some interesting results yesterday in the old football, wasn't there? I tell you, I said it on TalkSport last night. If anybody had an accumulator in the Premier League and got them, they need to be investigated, because I never would have predicted. I mean, Brentford to beat Wolves away, never would have gone with that. Sheffield United against Luton, they deserved it as well. I mean, they both, well, Brentford deserved to beat Wolves as well. Here's Martinelli, cross comes in, and I think it's going to go for a corner. But yeah, some fantastic results. Newcastle did well in the half five kickoff as well. Shout out to them. But yeah, it was a massively surprising set of fixtures, definitely. But a corner here for Arsenal. I'm so glad to be watching this game with you, because I'm in that zone where I just want to get on with the United game, and the final 2 hours would be horrible. Even watching this, I'd be thinking about it. So at least doing a stream, I can just be focused on that. Corner comes in, and Areola's there to collect it. Oh, could be a red card here for Alvarez. Saka's gone down. They really want it. Yellow. Yellow. I didn't see it, but I tell you what. Gabriel and Alvarez. Yellow card. I tell you what. I actually thought this might have been a red. Let me have a look. Oh, I tell you what. That could be a red. That could be a red. I think VAR will take a look at that. I mean, I'm a bit confused as to why referee took his time. Keep an eye on this one, everybody. Referee, I'm just waiting to see if he's gonna actually review this. Not him. Doesn't look like VAR are going to step in here, Arsenal fans. No, it's play on. Well, I tell you what, we've seen red cards for that. I don't know whether I think it is a red. I'm very glad it's not a red in a game like this. We never think about stuff like that. But it was one of those, definitely. It was definitely one of those. I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do a Graham. There's no two ways about it. I'm gonna do a Graham poll. You know, that was. But it's a genuine attempt to get the ball. But I think Spurs fans would say, it was a genuine attempt to get the ball when Basuma did it against Forest. It was a genuine attempt to the ball when Casemiro did it. It was a genuine attempt to get the ball when Curtis Jones did it. So we're basically saying if it catches them worse, we'll give a red card. I mean, the intent's the same. Genuine attempts to get the ball. What we're doing is we're sending people off because it's a slightly worse tackle. No, not even a slightly worse tackle, a slightly worse outcome. Anyway, I'm going to do a poll on that one. World Prowse has got 79% of the vote, and Havertz has got not very much. So, was it a penalty? So, was it a red card? Yes or no? Let us know in the chat. Sorry, I was doing something else when that was happening, but I've got the poll now. I did tweet it on Twitter, funnily enough, and Robert McCormack says the funniest thing is he would protested the yellow. Prince says, why not a red if there's going to be consistency? Blue card, says Mac. I knew there'd be one. Anyway, another corner here to Arsenal. Get your vote in on that. Let's see what happens with this. Saka with a good cross to the back. No, he's overhit it. Who was your granddad's favourite player, says Nick? Duncan Edwards. And Jace says, I'm saving money to make a trip to Old Trafford in the summer. What are other places you'd recommend going to in the general Manchester area? I'm coming from the US. Well, I don't live in Manchester, like most Manchester United fans. So if there's people in Manchester in the chat, let Jace know. But yeah, Old Trafford you've got to go to, obviously. But then when you're in Manchester, I mean, look, there's some nice areas outside of Manchester. I mean, Macclesfield, I quite like Macclesfield. My father-in-law used to live there. It's a nice industrial old English town. If you want to go Liverpool, it's not that far away. Chester's a lovely city as well. That's not far away. It's a nice place to visit. Central Manchester, get yourself in there. Some lovely pubs and stuff and restaurants. But the great thing about the UK is if you're coming from America, the great thing about UK is you can get on a train and you're in London. We're in London, aren't we? You can go anywhere. You know, if you're coming from America, that's a long bloody way. So just get on a train, get yourself to York. York's lovely. Get yourself down London. Yeah. Is Bruno our starting number 10 for the next 4 years, says Lee. Don't know. Don't pick the team. Kieran says, personally, I don't watch American football or Super Bowl, but might tonight, just to be here, is it always a good place to watch sports and chill? That's what it's all about, Kieran. It's just that sort of vibe. Man City fan, Mark, who would you want to win today, West Ham or Arsenal? I don't really care, Jude, actually. This is what, you know, sometimes on That's Football I have a preference. If it's Man City, whoever they're playing. But I don't really care here. I mean, I'd rather Arsenal win the league than Man City, but I don't think Arsenal will win the league. So, I mean, probably, really, an Arsenal win makes the title race more interesting, doesn't it? And West Ham are quite close to United. So, I suppose, red-tinted glasses, I probably want an Arsenal win or a draw. But, yeah, I've never really thought about it. Sometimes I just watch a game and just for pure enjoyment. Mark, would you trade Bruno or Frankie de Jong? No. For Frankie de Jong? No. Sleepy Boo. No, I wouldn't do that. I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that. Edison says you hate us. Why? I don't hate anyone. I just don't respect Man City. And, you know. But, no, you know what? I was on TalkSport last night, and a Man City fan called in, and he was really nice, and we had a really good chat. So I don't hold it against Man City fans that they support Man City. I just don't respect Man City. West Ham, good interception again. I feel like Arsenal are dithering on the ball a little bit, and that's allowing West Ham just to get in and be tenacious. We saw that tackle from Alvarez, who I think's been fantastic. I bet Calvin Phillips was hoping it was going to be a red, because that's his way into the team, isn't it? If Alvarez gets a 3-match ban. Tom Smith says, Mark, would you rather get bummed by a shark or Carlos Tevez in a Man City kit? Well, I know a lot about nature, but I'd probably choose the shark because, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think they've got much of a... Doesn't look like there's much going on down there. I'm with Fuhi. He says shark all day. I don't think they've got one. So... would have loved to see Shaw, Varane, only if Malacia would be fit. Probably our second best centre-back partnership, says Cal. I agree with you. I do agree with you, yeah. Nice ball in here again. Can he get there? It's a bad cross. It's a bad cross, but we can't pronounce his name. QER. He just puts it out for a corner. He's done well there. Oh, I tell you what, this Man United Villa game, I'm just so intrigued by it. I can't pick a winner. I can't pick a result. Aiden says it's his birthday. Happy birthday, mate. Would have swapped Scott McTominay for Frankie. I'd probably swap Scott McTominay for a meal deal, you know? No, I'm only joking. I'd want more than that. Anyway, corner to West Ham here. They're very good at corners. And well done, Gabriel, who is also good at corners. Matthew Bright says a Great White's got a 13-incher. I don't know how he knows. Maybe he's been watching Jaws. I tend to focus on its mouth. Matthew's there freeze framing its groin area. Never noticed it on Jaws. I'm just going to watch this back. So, that's not a penalty for me. Odegaard grabbing hold of Soucek. But have we not seen a penalty recently for that? I forget the game. Same as Rodri in the Manchester derby. But there was a more recent one than that, wasn't there? Yeah. See, Man City get penalties for that. No one else. West Ham are doing quite well, though. Here's Bowen. Goes for a shot and deflects. Exactly as I predicted it so far. West Ham able to hit on the break and Arsenal struggling to create chances so far. What do we got on the stats carousel? Sponsored by OneFootball. You can download that for free by scanning the QR code in the top right or going through the link in the description. There's our stats. And Arsenal have had a couple of shots, actually, to be fair. West Ham haven't had any on target or any shots at all. But 69% possession is no surprise. Jakub Kivior is how you pronounce it, says the Hughes lad. Okay. Kivior. So there's the V. Yeah. Okay. Well, that school day. Well done. Thank you very much, the Hughes lad. Kivior. What's this week's watch-along schedule, says Alex. I haven't decided on it yet. I think I'm going to do Crystal Palace Chelsea tomorrow. Although I'll be very tired tomorrow after the Super Bowl. I have to see. My plan was to do Palace against Chelsea tomorrow night. Because I think that'll be an interesting game. Tuesday, it's tough. It's really tough. I might do a double watch along. Leipzig and Real Madrid looks like a decent game, but might not be. Copenhagen, Man City, Lazio, Bayern Munich, and PSG Sociedad on Wednesday. Yeah. Champions League's not that interesting. Get Man United back in it. That's what I say. We'll make it more interesting. I am doing a Super Bowl watch along. They're on yet tonight. Looking forward to it. So 20 minutes has flown by in this game, hasn't it? West Ham played well against United at Old Trafford. We just got the goals at the right time. Højlund's goal was fantastic. Obviously, the second goal was a deflection. West Ham down the left-hand side here. He's got to get his cross right, and he hasn't. They've got another chance here, though. Ward-Prowse. Arsenal doing the defensive work well. Now the cross comes in. The thing about crosses for West Ham is they don't really have anybody to get on the end of them, do they? Is Saka down the right-hand side. West Ham got loads of players back, though. Their counters are not there. You compare to the Emirates last week against Liverpool. There's so much space on the break. There isn't here. Jack Glancy says, do you think Kane brought the Spurs curse to Bayern? I don't see them winning any silverware this season. Mate, I was speaking about this last night when I was on my Talk Sport show. I don't think Harry Kane's done anything wrong. He never could have predicted that Spurs were going to do what they did. And Bayern Munich didn't run away with the title last year. They won it because Dortmund bottled it. Like, Dortmund were at home last game of the season. All they needed to do was win. Great chance here for Arsenal. Cross came in from Saka, and Trossard probably just not big enough. I think it's a little bit too high for him. It's a good cross though. He's got a lovely cross on his left foot. I actually think Trossard should do better there. I think he knows he should. But yeah, like Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund just had to win on the final day and they won the league and they lost at home. So this Bayern Munich team isn't as dominating as some Bayern Munich teams. But I still think Bayern Munich will probably win the league. I know 5 points seems a lot for Leverkusen, but there's a long way to go and they've never won a title. So I still think there's a long way to go. The poll was whether it should have been a red card or not. 57% of you said no. So there you go. Democracy. Here's Havertz. Decent. No. Oh, what a save by Areola from Trossard. It wasn't Havertz with the cross because he nearly got on it, but it's Saka into Martinelli. And, I mean, to be fair, Trossard needs to put it somewhere else. It's close enough for the keeper to make a save. If he goes... still a good save, though. Still a good save. We have to change the overlay at some point anyway at half time. Let me just get rid of that and remove that. Corner to Arsenal. Do you think Mbappe wants to leave? I personally think he isn't interested in Madrid, but just uses them to get more money from PSG, says Full 90. I mean, if he doesn't want to leave, I don't know what his problem is. Who wants to play? Who wants to be the best player in the world and stay in the French league? It's the equivalent of playing in the Championship. What Mbappe's doing would be like Jude Bellingham deciding he just wants to stay at Birmingham and play in the Championship. Would you take Nunez or Chelsea Fernando Torres, says Kian. Nunez. And Blues Enthusiast says the Champions League is rubbish without Chelsea, Liverpool and Manchester United. I always forget that Liverpool aren't in it this year as well. Well, that's what United are playing for at 4:30 today as well. Arsenal on the break here, but I say on the break, there's still 5 West Ham players back. Odegaard gets it wide to Saka. Can he get him on the left foot? And good defensive work there. 25 minutes gone. You feel Arsenal have got that quality, and if anyone's going to score, it's going to be them. But Alvarez has done very well here. And then his pass isn't good enough. Lee Berman's just been for a pub, lunch and a few pints. Sounds lovely, and he said it was elite. Here's Saka again. Good tackle. Good tackle by Emerson. Top 5 players in the Premier League currently, says Tejas. Well, Salah's in there. I think Son's in there as well. De Bruyne, Haaland. Hold on a minute. Emerson goes for a cross. Not very good. Not very good. His final ball's a bit of a waste. Yeah, I think Haaland, De Bruyne, Salah and Son. And then the 5th one, I mean, take your pick from Alisson's a good shout. Van Dijk's a good shout. I genuinely think Saliba at Arsenal's a good shout. Rodri. Declan Rice is having a good season. So it's hard to pick the fifth, but I find 4 easy. Jack Glancy says, I hate saying it, but Xabi Alonso has done amazing work at Leverkusen. If he does take over from Klopp, I don't see Liverpool taking too many steps back. I mean, look, but the only thing I would say about Alonso is he's doing a very, very, very good job. But is he the real deal, or is he a meal deal? No, but like you don't know how good he is. He's got to come to that. I think Liverpool have got to take him. He's got to be the number 1 pick in the draft. But it's not even knocking Liverpool. Like Jurgen Klopp is an absolutely amazing coach. To assume that Xabi Alonso is just going to come in and transition perfectly takes away from the brilliance of Klopp, doesn't it? I don't think it's that easy to do. Odegaard, oh, I thought that was going in. Deflected. Areola just wide. Nathan Watson says he could do well in the German league. Oh, I think he's doing a very good job. Have you got any favourite Serie A teams, says Nelly? It's always been Juventus or Sampdoria, really. Shine Jackson says, Odegaard always either misses or has his shots gets blocked. I think Liverpool should go with Xabi Alonso, though, because if they don't, then they might regret it. But they'll know who they want. The fact that Klopp told the club in November that he was going, there's no way, the way Liverpool work in transfers, etc., that they don't know who they're getting. Sampdoria, how come, says Marco? Because when I started watching Italian football, Mancini and Vialli were my 2 favourite players, and they were both at Sampdoria. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, get involved. We are only, this is official, we are only 2 subscribers away. We're on 102,000, well, we're on 1,102,998,000. So, no, that doesn't make sense. We're on 102,998. We're basically 2 subscribers away from 103,000. So, bottom right-hand corner, please do subscribe. Get involved with That's Football. Everybody is welcome here. Thank you very much for getting involved. 28 minutes gone here. Definitely one of those games where the first goal is going to make a big difference, isn't it? I think if Arsenal get it, they can settle. If West Ham get it, they're going to sit back even further. Would you do a swap deal? Son for Garnacho, says Oz. No. It'd be a bloody stupid decision. Son's 31, Garnacho's 19. Lovely first touch by Martinelli. He's in behind. Puts the cross in. Oh, it was almost to perfection. Almost to perfection. The cross was there and it looked like Odegaard was just going to step onto it and tap it in. But it was just slightly ahead of him. Thanks for subscribing, Scott. Look how close. Well, it wasn't close at all, really. Odegaard was never getting there. I think it was the right pass, but just should have delayed it a second. No, the reason I wouldn't swap Son for Garnacho is because Garnacho's 19, and what if in 3 years' time he's better than Son? You've just given a 22. You've got a 22-year-old who's going to be one of the best players in the world, and you've got a 34-year-old Son. So no, I wouldn't do it. Mark, I am doing a Super Bowl watch along tonight. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Tune in tonight from 11 o'clock. Can't wait. Got me crisps. Got me sweets. Got me snacks. Got me M&Ms. I love M&Ms. I don't really... You know what? I've cut down on my drinking, but tonight's going to be a bit of a blowout for me because I don't eat sweets or chocolate anymore. I haven't had any since Christmas, so it's going to be... I'll probably be straight on the toilet. My body will be going, what's this? What's this sweet brown stuff? I want the 49ers to win, Vikash. I don't like the Chiefs, but I think they'll win. No, my next day delivery stuff didn't turn up, Jake. I'm fuming. Fuming. And I just think the quality of service in the UK now is crap. It's almost like a badge of honour if they've got decent customer service. It should come as standard. Goal for Arsenal. There we go. And it's Kivior. I'm glad I learnt his name. No, it's not. It's Saliba. It's not Kivior. And, well, I tell you what, I've got to say, this is a really big goal for Arsenal because you wouldn't expect West Ham to be the team conceding from a set piece. But Arsenal have added it to their arsenal this season. It's Declan Rice with the cross. And it's just bad defending. Really bad defending by West Ham. I mean, he's on the back post and he just nods it in. Alvarez is saying he's been fouled. I don't think he's been fouled, mate. Not at all. It's very, very, very simple goal. Foul on the keeper, says James. Didn't see that. Didn't see that. Rice with the assist. Did I have Saliba on the podcast, says Daniel? No. No. Mr. Crab says it's another foul on the keeper. They've not even shown it on the replay. Lots of people saying it's a foul on the keeper, but VAR hasn't even looked at it. I didn't even see it because VAR hasn't showed it. Let's have a look. Well, no, the foul on the keeper, if there is one. Yeah, Ben White just barging the keeper again. Refs not alive to it, really, are they? I think you've got to give big credit to Arsenal. When you watch it back, the chat's right. Ben White just goes into and just gives him a little nudge, knocks him off his balance, keeper's out of the game. But that's the rule now. You can do it. So I watched Arsenal play against Palace. They did it. They've been working on this on the training ground. They know what they're doing. They're playing to the rules. The rules are you can obstruct the goalkeeper now. And Ben White just makes a run right across him, gives him a little shove, takes him out of the game, and then back post, good header. But as I was saying before, Arsenal on corners this season, very, very, very impressive. Stu says, no way did he foul him in any way. Well, I think you're right, Stu. It's not a foul anymore, but I definitely think that there's a Ben White, if you watch him, it's very, very good. I mean, you know what? I don't know why Arsenal fans are getting your arse in, your knickers up your arse. It's not a foul because that's not a foul anymore. What I'm saying is I'm giving you kudos for your coaches because they've actually played a blinder there. Ben White has been told to go and do that. Go and block the goalkeeper off on the back post and then Saliba will win it. I don't know why Arsenal fans are getting moody about it. No one's saying it's a foul. He's obstructed the goalkeeper, but you can do it. It's very good coaching. It's very clever from Arsenal. I don't know why you're having a moan about it. I'd do exactly the same. At the end of the day, all you've got to do on that set piece there is get it to the back post and it's Saliba against Alvarez and you fancy... I mean, it's a very simple goal. It's good height, back post, Saliba fancies himself, bang. The only thing you've got to deal with there is if the goalkeeper goes back post, he's going to come and claim it. Well, he can't come and claim it if you block him off. And that's what they've done. It's tactically... I don't know why Arsenal fans are moaning because if you can't see what they've done there, then you obviously don't watch football in a tactical way. That's on the training ground, 100%. 100% that's from the training ground. Ben White, occupy the goalkeeper, block him off, can't get to back post, Saliba scores. It's tactics. No one. I don't think it's a foul. I think it was a foul before Christmas, but it's not a foul now. And I think not enough teams are doing it. But Arsenal have been doing it ever since the rule change. Oh, Saka's nearly in again. West Ham look a bit ragged here. I've done that one from Oz. Are you going to do an Inter versus Atletico Champions League watch along? Says D. I don't think that's this week, is it? Good game so far. Waiting for EAFC scripting to ruin the match. Also, would you rather know when you die or how you die? Says Kian. I'm not in that mindset. Thank you. Thanks for super chat. I'm not talking about that. Do you think Arsenal need to sign a striker? Says Ali. Yes. I think if you put Ollie Watkins in this Arsenal team, they'd have a better chance of winning the league. Havertz has looked lively this game, says Nicolas Cage. And who's better, Isak or Nunez? Is it a penalty to Arsenal? That's a penalty. What's West Ham's defence doing here? I mean, he might be offside. He might be offside. Let's have a look. If he's not offside, is it a penalty? I don't think there's much contact there. I think, yeah, there is on the foot. I'll tell you what, though. He steps on his foot. But if that's a penalty, then it should have been a penalty last night, shouldn't it? But he might be offside. He might be offside here. Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Who's better, Isak or Nunez? I'm going to do a poll on this. I think if he's onside, he doesn't look like... Oh, no. Kufal's playing him on the bottom. It's onside. Either or, Nunez or Isaac. Dangerous. I mean, I don't know why West Ham are playing a high line. Yeah, I think it's onside. Yeah, onside. Kufal's playing him on. Zane says Arsenal are playing like champions. Well, if they go 2-0 up here from the penalty, I don't see any change. Penalty given. I agree with Matt. I think Saka's made a meal of it, but there is contact on the foot, so it won't get overturned. It's the amazingly shit way that the game is officiated, right? And the reason I tweeted it is because if you look at the Forest one last night, it's actually more of a penalty than that. But this is how VAR works. VAR will not overrule the referee unless it's clear and obvious. So in that case, they probably think Saka might have made a bit of simulation, but there is contact on the foot, so we don't want to overrule the referee. Whereas in the Forest game, the referee said no penalty, and they feel that the contact was there, but you can understand why he didn't give it. So we don't get consistency. What we get is backing of the referees, and that's why it's been such a frustrating season. Saka scores 2-0. Good penalty. That's why I went like that. I didn't clap. I just went good penalty. But this is the biggest issue that people have with football in this country, is that there's no consistency. You see the Forest non-penalty last night, and then in the very next game, you see Saka get a penalty, and you go, well, the Forest one was worse, and they didn't get a penalty, and Arsenal did. But it's not Arsenal's fault, and it's not Newcastle's fault. It's officials. They don't want consistency. What they're basically doing is they're creating this boys' club where they just back each other. So game to game, it's more about backing the official on the pitch than actually having consistency across the league. So we never get any consistency. They both should be penalties in my mind, but one team didn't get one because VAR wants to back their mate, and that's what's been happening all season. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible that they didn't get a penalty last night and Arsenal do in the very next game. They should both be penalties and we should be craving and demanding consistency, but we don't get it. Same thing will happen with a red card. You see that Alvarez tackle? That's a yellow card. In the next game against Villa, a Villa player might do it and get a red. There's just no consistency. Mark, start, bench, sell. Diaby, Kudus and Saka. Start Saka. It's close. It's really close between Kudus and Diaby. I'll start Saka. I'll bench Kudus and I'll sell Diaby. He's now going to go and score a fucking hat-trick against United, isn't he? Nicholas Cage says it's more of a clear penalty than any Bruno has ever gotten. I don't dispute it's a penalty, mate. I'm just saying it's a. I don't have a horse in this race. I'm just saying that it's laughable. It's just VAR at its crappiest best again. I don't know what Arsenal fans seem to be very sensitive today. You scored your first goal because it was clever tactics to block the goalkeeper off, which isn't a foul anymore. And your second goal is a penalty, but it just makes a mockery of how VAR didn't give one to Forest yesterday. It's actually got nothing to do with Arsenal, really. I think both are goals, both penalty. So, Corey says it's a clear penalty. I'm sorry, I don't know whether we've just got an infiltration of idiots, but did I at any point say it wasn't a penalty? See, there's another one here. Star says it's clearly a penalty, Mark. I haven't said it's not a penalty. I'm talking about VAR. I mean, and this is the definition of an idiot for you. They come in with their bloody flags of, you know, Arsenal. They don't listen to anybody. I know loads of Arsenal fans are actually quite intelligent, but unfortunately there is an influx of idiots who support that football club. At what point have I said it's not a penalty? I'm talking about the difference between why that was given and why it's a joke that a worse penalty wasn't given in the Newcastle Forest game. And it's the inconsistency. It's 3-0. Oh, my God. And Havertz has scored. It's bloody hell. What a message they are sending. This is incredible. I didn't fancy them today. This is incredible. This is absolutely impressive from Arsenal. They're 3-0 up. And it's not even half time. And I know Man United beat West Ham last week, but West Ham played a lot better against us. Arsenal, and you know what's amazing as well? Set piece. It's another set piece. Declan Rice. It's not Havertz, it's Gabriel, innit? Yeah, it's Gabriel. I was going to pick him as well. Fucking hell. I need to start picking some more. Oh, I've got Saliba in my FPL. Just realised. It's Gabriel. Hey, it's Gabriel. Dreams can come true. Look at me. Making it 3-0. You know you got to have dreams. You know you got to be strong. He's got dreams. Pro Harris says, I'm an Arsenal fan and found nothing wrong with what you said. You know what it is, Pro Harris? It's just oversensitive football fans who listen to something and think it's against Arsenal. And actually, those same Arsenal fans have probably been saying Arteta out when I've been telling them to stick by your manager. I've got no issue with any Arsenal goal. I'm just saying in a wider picture. I mean, I do a podcast called Goldbridge Saves Football. This is That's Football. I'm not an Arsenal fan, so I'm not here to go, oh yeah, Arsenal. I'm here to look at football in general. And VAR's fucking rubbish. I hate it. It's so bad. But not in relation to that. I think that was a penalty. I'm just talking about, I watched Newcastle Forest last night and it was a disgusting decision. And in the very next game, the inconsistency is highlighted. I've got Saliba and Saka on my bench, says Vald. Yeah, I've got Saliba and Saka in my team. Please do subscribe, by the way. We were only 2 subscribers away from 103,000, so get involved. 7 minutes added. Don't you just hate this as well? 7 minutes added. And I don't really know why. I've got to tweet it. I don't know. 7 minutes for what? I mean, that's 7 minutes being added on. So what's that? 4.5. 2.5. 4-0. Trossard. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't speak. I can't speak. It's 4-0 to Arsenal. I tell you what, I've got to not apologise, but I've got to acknowledge that I didn't predict Arsenal win this game today. I thought a draw. I thought, beating Liverpool, you've got to go and win this game, and these are the sort of games where I think Arsenal will struggle. But it's Odegaard with the assist, by the way, into Trossard. Lovely goal. And it's 4-0, and it's not even half-time. They've absolutely, if Arsenal, you may as well call West Ham, forget blowing bubbles, wiping your arse. You may as well call them Durex. Not what you're thinking. Andrex. I've got it wrong. Kleenex. They're wiping their arse with them, basically. Well, look, Arsenal are in a title race. You've got to... I looked at this and I was like, they're going to beat Liverpool and then, they're going to start dropping points. But this puts them back level with Man City. They've got Burnley away next weekend. You'd fancy them there. Newcastle at home. You'd fancy them there. Sheffield United away. You'd fancy them there. Brentford at home. You'd fancy them there. Chelsea at home. You'd fancy them there. And then Man City. Let's not be writing Arsenal off. I think this is a massive result. A very exciting result for Arsenal as well, because their next few games are very winnable. So where are they going to drop off? All the criticism Arteta gets as well. There's a lot of empty seats at West Ham, but I think that's because they've gone for their half-time pint. Devastating. Is Trossard in the world-class debate, says Pro Harris? No. He's a good player. Arsenal are hammering West Ham back and front, says Nigel. Look at the knees if there's another penalty replay, says Gustav. Nigel's got Saliba and Gabriel on his FPL. Looking at the next few games for Arsenal, you can't write them out of a title race yet. I don't think they win the title. I've written them off for winning the title, 100%. But, look at the league table. Look at that. There are a lot of West Ham players. Look at that. There's loads of them walking out. Is this a new thing? West Ham have played shit, though, to be honest. But Arsenal's goal difference goes up to 29 at the moment as well. Sorry, let me just whack that back. Yeah, Arsenal's goal difference is 29. You know what? I'm looking at those pictures, though. What's that big load of people in the other bit? Are they just West Ham fans having a beer? Probably. But yeah, plus 29 for Arsenal compared to Man City's plus 31. They have got a game in hand, of course. But yeah. Very, very impressive. And not impressive for David Moyes. No way. No way. No way, no way. Shocking, really. But you can only give credit to Arsenal that every goal that they've scored has been thoroughly deserved. I mean, are we looking at more than 4 in the second half? That's always the concern. 4-0 now. Well, I mean, I've got to say, where are these 7 minutes coming from, though? I mean, big shout out to Arsenal. West Ham have been terrible, but we've got to acknowledge this. We've got to acknowledge this. Where have the 7 minutes come from? Got nothing to do with Arsenal. Got nothing to do with West Ham. This is a dig at the PGMOL. It's fucking February. And that doesn't mean people are having sex. I mean, I'm talking, it's not the month for sex. I'm saying it's February. The season started in August, September, October, November, December, January, February. We're 7 months into this season and referees are still adding 7 minutes at the end of the first half. That's over 15% of 45 minutes being added on. What the fuck are they doing? When are they going to get called out for this? When is somebody going to do something about this? You can't make players play this amount of football. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid. 7 minutes. So basically these players have played 52 minutes in one half. And in the second half, they'll probably end up playing another 55. Madness. Absolute madness. And until something happens, I don't know what happens, but it's got nothing to do with the game. That's not my point. But it is incredible. It's incredible that we're playing that level of minutes. And I don't really understand why. The yellow card wasn't even reviewed for a red by Alvarez. The only incident I can think of is the penalty. I can't think of anything that went on. I think there was a bit of an injury to somebody. Was it Kufal or something? But 7 minutes. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. It is half time now. Unpopular opinion, Ben White's England's best defender. It's very unpopular with me, Charlie, because I don't really think he's a very good right back. I think he's a centre back. I think Arsenal need to buy a right back actually, and a left back. I think it's one of your weak areas, but he does a good job. But yeah, stats. Look at that: 28% possession for West Ham. They've had one shot, nothing on target. Arsenal 72% possession, 15 shots, 7 on target, 6 corners to 1, 337 passes to 132, 93% pass accuracy to 70%. They've absolutely, West Ham may as well be a category on Pornhub called gangbang, because that's what's happened. You've been absolutely violated. That's a screenshot for Arsenal fans. I mean, that's at half time. It's just brilliant from Arsenal and absolutely shit from West Ham. That is awful. Awful. That you'd expect that if Arsenal were playing away to Mansfield Town in the cup. It's dreadful from West Ham, that is. And you can understand why their fans are going home at half time. You really can, because it's just not good. Not good at all. Yeah. Excited for the Super Bowl watch along tonight. What American snacks did you order, says HPN. And JJJ says West Ham got porked. Remind me about the snacks and I'll go through some of them with you in a moment. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, don't forget, on this channel tonight, we're turning into That's American Football for the Super Bowl. We do it every year. I love the stream. Tune in for me. It's magical. It's just magical. I'm getting emotional now thinking about it. I don't know why. I don't know why, but there's just something magical between those hours of 11 and 3:30 in the morning, Sunday into a Monday, when it just feels like it's just us and the rest of the world watching it, to be fair. But yeah, I can't wait for it. I've done it for the last 3 years. I'm really looking forward to it again. First one I did was against the Chiefs. It was I think the Chiefs been in every final that I've done a Super Bowl. Trying to think who's won it. No. The Rams won it, didn't they? Yeah, it was Tampa Bay with Brady beat the Chiefs. Then it was the Rams. Then last year it was the Chiefs, and then it could be the Chiefs again. Excited for the Super Bowl? Yes, definitely. Looking forward to that. Tune in. I'll tell you what it's all about later. United fans respect proper clubs like Arsenal and Liverpool when they win trophies. When the 115 cheats win anything, it feels like a null and void season, says Red Army. Would you get rid of clear and obvious from the VAR decision-making criteria? Seems like something used to hide poor decisions. Nico, 100%. 100%. Just to give some clarity, Arsenal have wiped the arse of they're wiping their arse with West Ham here. But my point was, the first goal is just brilliant from Arsenal. Some Arsenal fans were getting their knickers in the twist, but basically, since the PGMOL in all their glory decided to change the rules on goalkeepers being fouled, after the James Trafford foul, Arsenal on the training ground have obviously been working on this, because did it against Crystal Palace, did it again today. Ben White blocks off Areola, which he can do. It's not a foul anymore. Areola's out of the game. Back post, all Saliba's got to do is beat Alvarez. It's brilliant. And it's from the training ground. And you've got to acknowledge Arsenal and their trainers for that. It's brilliant. The penalty is a penalty, in my opinion. It's a little bit soft. Saka plays for it, but Areola leaves a bit of contact. So I always think that's a penalty. But my point is, it wasn't a penalty for Forest last night. So where's the consistency in the same league? The problem is not Arsenal. The problem is not West Ham. It's not Newcastle. It's Forest. It's refereeing. Because what happens is the referee on the pitch gives the foul today, and the VAR are like, we've got to back the referee. The referee on the pitch, Anthony Taylor, last night, doesn't give the penalty, and VAR are like, we've got to back the referee. So we end up in an inconsistent world. They both should be penalties. But we have this ridiculous situation where one is a penalty and one isn't. And that's on the PGMOL. And as I said, that Alvarez foul on Saka, that could have been a red. It was a yellow. But in the Villa-Man United game, we might see the same foul and it'll be a red. And this is what fans are frustrated about. We're not frustrated because Arsenal got a penalty. We're not frustrated because Forest didn't get a penalty. We're frustrated by the inconsistency game to game, but it's in the same league and it impacts people in a very different way. I wouldn't mind long stoppage times if it meant it would stop players time wasting and flopping. Sadly, all he is doing is making up for long VAR times, as fabled. Zar says, hello from Perth, Mark. Any plans to do a show in Australia? Much love and thank you for all the entertainment. It's a bit of a long way to go and do a show, but I would love to come. Arsenal have got Timber to come in at right back, says Anthony Hayes. Could be at left back as well. First super chat, West Ham are paying for their sins, says Damiola. Thank you, Damiola. Have I got that right? Damilola. Damilola. Yeah, I've got it right. And in just 50 minutes, the London Stadium has just turned into the Etihad. I make this city look like a full stadium, says Nathan Allen. Thank you very much for your super chats. Appreciate that. You can do that through the $sign. Don't forget that we are live straight after this on the United stand for Villa against Manchester United, which is going to be an absolutely incredible game. I'd be stunned if Man United are winning 4-0 at half-time or Villa are winning 4-0 at half-time. But you never know. You never know in this Premier League. I think this Premier League weekend has to go down as one of the most unpredictable weekends we've had. Yes, many might have, I didn't think Arsenal would win. I didn't think Arsenal would win. I thought that West Ham would make it a lot harder. Mark, slowly turning into a gooner. Love the video, says Brandon. Definitely not. I need to just change something here because I don't want that on my screen. That means the United Stand countdown to kickoff show is starting. Let me just add this in. Yeah, but what I was saying is what an unbelievable weekend of unpredictability. Why do I want to drop this? That's perfect. Don't worry, Arsenal fans. I'm going to sort it out. It's not 2-0. It's not 2-0. They'll be going mad. They hate it when we get it wrong. It's 4-0. It's annihilation. That's the way it goes. Don't forget, by the way, we're sponsored by Manscaped on the show. So you can get 20% off with the code FOOTY and free worldwide shipping. If you don't know what Manscaped is, trim the grass to look the yard look bigger. But they've also got loads of other male grooming products for your face, for your nose. Free worldwide shipping and 20% off with Manscaped. Links in the description. Thank you very much. Trossard looks sleep deprived. Your opinion, says Highbrow. Mate, as somebody who does get those bags under their eyes, some people naturally have it as well. And there's not a lot you can do. You want to get yourself some of that Clarins under there, Trossard. Get yourself sponsored by Trans. I'll get more sleep. What's he doing? Staying up all night watching stuff. I don't know. West Ham fans wish that was true for a moment, says Smirky. Yeah. Right, okay. I'll be live from 11 o'clock tonight on this channel for the Super Bowl. tune in, even if you don't like it. See what you think. It's always a good stream, and I really like the NFL. I just don't have time to watch it, really. I watch some of the playoff games, but I never miss the Super Bowl. And just a selection of some of my snacks I've got for later. I've got these sour cream Pringles, multigrain. I've never had them before, so they're probably going to taste like shit, but I do like sour cream and onion. They're multigrain. There's loads and loads of M&Ms I could have got, but I like, they're my favourite M&Ms, so I've got those. I've got some Doritos, which are a novelty flavour, Burger King Whopper, flame grilled, and also got a vast selection of sweeties. So we've got Jolly Rancher gummies, Toxic Waste, God knows what that's going to be. I did one of them last year. This looks quite interesting, a Charleston Chew. What else have we got? All sorts of stuff. Warheads, sour chewy candy filled with ooze. Got an old Reese thing there as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. And I got some drinks as well. So yeah, looking forward to that. Tune in tonight. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Hi Mark, hope you're doing well. Any chance of an EAFC United Stand career this year? Says George Conley. I haven't decided yet. Yeah, I haven't decided yet about that. I'll write it down though on my list to do. If I don't write it down, I'll forget. What you got for drink, Mark? I'm not drinking alcohol. No, I've got like berry Fanta and stuff like that. Yeah. Nervous for our game, Mark. You're more informed, says Dan, but you're at home. Dan says up the Villa, but you're at home, Dan. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl, says Torres? I think it will be the Chiefs, yeah. Brandon says, I've got a shirt waiting for you, Mark. Thank you, pal. And Mark, slowly, I've done that one as well. I had ordered some other American sweets from a company called American Candy Co. If you want, they offer next day delivery. I ordered it on Wednesday. It's Sunday. It hasn't come. So, you know, very, very disappointing that a company that takes people's money and says they're going to do next day delivery can't deliver on next day delivery. Just say it's going to take 3 or 4 days, because I wouldn't have fucking ordered it because it was for the Super Bowl. But they don't do that, do they? False advertising. Really disappointing in them. And it's a shame, because I had some good stuff coming in from them. I'd ordered those goldfish cheddar crackers, which I really like. Not going to have them tonight now. But had Fanta pineapple coming in from them. Dr. Pepper cherry. Yeah, Big Red soda. Not getting any root beer. Not getting any of that now, because they lied, basically. So I'd avoid using them if you want next day delivery. There you go. The poll has Nunez and who? This is interesting. Either or, Nunez or Isaac, 50-50. There you go. Billy says, any predictions for the game tonight, Mark? What, Man United? I can't predict it. I really can't. I'm massively excited about it, but I can't predict it. I really, really can't. I suppose the good thing about this game is, because I'm doing United Stand at 4, there ain't no way the last 10 minutes is going to be exciting, is it? So when it hits 90 minutes, I probably will just leave you. What team does Taylor Swift want to win, says Pat? Yeah, she wants the Chiefs to win. I think she's with one of their players, isn't it? What's your favourite type of football, March? Champions League final, Manchester Derby or North London Derby? My favourite game every year is Man United Liverpool. It's the one that matters most, isn't it? Manny says, refund for sure, unacceptable. Oh, don't worry about that. I'll be sorting that out. Nervous for our game. We've done that one from Dan. Thanks very much for the super chats. Please do subscribe, by the way. Ivory Coast, Nigeria, AFCON tonight as well. I'm sure some of you will be watching that too. We were only 2 subscribers away from 103,000, so I'm sure we've hit it, but please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Still some West Ham fans leaving. What's your thoughts on that, by the way? I mean, what is your thoughts on that? If you're at a game and your team's losing 4-0 at half-time, is that a modern phenomenon? I don't know. I don't know what my thoughts are on it. I don't think I've ever been in that position. I've been on the pitch in that position. and you can't go home at half time. But I don't think I've ever been at a game where it's been 4-0 down. No. Leave no points as the HPN. Look, if you've got better things to do, leave. I don't have a problem with it. And I think it's more, I mean, if you're away from home, why not? But even at home, you've probably got stuff to do, innit? Inter beat Juve last week and then Roma yesterday. 7 points ahead of second. Scudetto incoming. Forza Inter, says OP. Thank you very much. So Calvin Phillips is on for Alvarez and Zuma's off for Mavropanos as well. Let me just get the timer going. So Calvin Phillips has got a chance to shine here. Alvarez clearly not in David Moyes' good books. On a yellow card as well. Probably protecting him, I suppose. Alvarez has been a very good player for West Ham, but he's had a crap game today. There's no doubt about that. No doubt at all. CFC Jack says, hi Mark, hope you're well. Not sure if it's my first super chat came through. Looking forward to the Super Bowl watch along. I bought the same sweets as well. There we go. Well, we can go through them together. I'm looking forward to I'm tempted to start eating them now, but I'll be well over my calorie limit if I start now. And Michael says, I'm an Arsenal fan. Hope you're all well today. There you go. Well, I think you're very well if you're an Arsenal fan, haven't you? Yeah, if you're an Arsenal fan, you're overjoyed here. It's always these games are fantastic, aren't they? I mean, I remember this with United. Sometimes you go away from home, you're in a title race, and you think, oh, it's going to be a difficult day. You're 4-0 up at half time, and you're buzzing because you're like, oh God, I thought this might be a bit difficult. I was confident in the lads, but 4-0 at half time, you're on easy street. Oh, I like this. Can we keep this stuff later for, write this stuff down because it's gold. Can we keep this back for the Super Bowl stuff? Because Hi Mark L has said, start, bench, sell, Monster Munch, Cadbury Fingers or Jaffa Cakes. This is the sort of stuff we need for the Super Bowl. This is going to be gold because there's half time with Usher and I don't even like that sort of music. Actually, I don't mind Usher. Didn't he do Roundabout? No, that was a film. The Funk Show Brother. That's Fatboy Slim. Yeah, I'm not really massive into Usher. To be honest, preferred Rihanna last year. Monster Munch, Cadbury Fingers or Jaffa Cakes. Ooh, I think I'm going to sell Jaffa Cakes. Don't really understand what they are. They're a cake, they're not a biscuit. You can't dunk them. Cadbury Fingers are brilliant. Monster Munch gets stuck around your teeth. I actually like Monster Munch and a Cadbury Finger in your mouth at the same time. I also love eating Walker's Crisps with wine gums. The texture is lovely. And the flavour, but has to be plain though. I'm gonna bench Monster Munch. I'm gonna start Cadbury Fingers. Can't beat chocolate fingers. Start, bench, sell Ricky, Faz, and Kev. Yeah, I'm not doing that, Carl. Right about now, the Funk Show Brother. The only thing I'm worried about at the Super Bowl is just the lack of sleep. I need me 8 hours. I ain't going to get 8 hours, am I? What's 8 hours? That takes me through to 11 o'clock. That's if it finishes at 3. We always play that every year. What time will the Super Bowl finish? I think on average it finishes at about 3:30, doesn't it? Right about now, the show. I'm not on the football fill-in tomorrow. I can't win the twist. I can't do the football fill-in. When I'm doing the football fill-in, I've got to be up at 7. I'm not going to bed at 3:30 and getting up at 7. There's no point. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. I mean, look, it's that's football, isn't it? That's the name of the channel as well. It works. It's almost like I did it on purpose. But I did come up with the name That's Football on that point. You know, a bit like Jimmy Grieve. It's a funny old game. Sleep is for the weak, says Milan. No, I used to not have a lot of sleep, but I'll be all right. I'll be all right. God, did I stand up and stretch in the first half? I've got a back like concrete. I feel like I'm supporting a bridge on the M42. Like, that back is stiff. That's better. You've got to get me up for a stretch, you know, every 20 minutes. They used to have someone in the chat who used to tell me to do it. Mark is proud to say he stood in the London Stadium where Arteta is standing, where Pep has stood, where Klopp has stood. There he is, manager great. Yes, I did. This is where I stood, isn't it? I do a bloody better job than Moyes today, I'll tell you that for free. Did you see the Luke Shaw interview? He said that Saka is the nicest guy and that his parents have done a top job. I haven't seen it, no, Carlos. I've seen some quotes. Very nice of Luke Shaw to say that. Need lots of water and stretching today, says Connor. I do. Zane says, Arsenal are favourite for the Champions League now. Well, I've spoken about this. Realistically, Man City are favourites for the Champions League. But why would Arsenal not be a consideration as well? I don't really know. I think Real Madrid look very interesting again. Bayern Munich don't look good enough. I wouldn't be surprised if we have an English winner of the Champions League. Mike and Joseph Morley says, poll top 4, Villa or Spurs. Hey, hold up a minute, mate. We're not out of it yet. We might be out of it at 7 o'clock tonight, but we're not out of it yet. We're still in it. We're still in it. We're still fighting. I mean, we've got to pull off an amazing result today. We really have, but any United team news? I'm just trying to get some, actually. I completely forgot that it'll be out. Let me have a look. See if Luke Shaw's messaged me. No. Must be busy. He's probably doing some keep-ups. Just for clarity, that was a complete and utter joke. It's just some weird myth that goes around the United fan base that Luke Shaw sends me team news. Which he categorically doesn't. You know, one thing I will tell you, though. You know, people charge money for leaks on the team lineup. United need to stamp that out. People charge money to leak the team. We've never paid for it. But people do charge money to leak the team on Man United. Like 100 quid. It's disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace, isn't it? Welcome to the world. Start, bench, sell, Pirlo, Zidane and De Bruyne, says 5 Cantonars. Ooh, hold on a minute. Trossard. Do we think Arsenal are going to get more than 6 in this game, or do you think it's going to be one of them second halves where they just go through the motions? Start, bench, sell, Pirlo, Zidane or De Bruyne? Well, I'm starting Zidane because he's the best. I'll probably bench De Bruyne and sell Pirlo, to be fair, out of those 3. Sean Loughran says, hi Mark, just woken up from a broken collarbone surgery in Australia. I just wanted to say thank you for all the streams and helping me through the recovery, and come on United. Well, we've got a lot of streams for you today, Sean, so all the best with the recovery, and I hope you're doing well. I thought you'd said you'd just woken up from breaking your collarbone. I was like, oh my God. Here is West Ham on the attack. Arteta says Leeds. I mean, look, we've got a few in the United fan base at the moment who absolutely have been despairing about Man United winning their last 2 games because they've made their mind up about Ten Hag. And I think it is a phenomenon in the social media footballing space these days that football has changed a little bit. And there will be Arsenal fans as well that don't like Arteta. So it's incredible to me because Arsenal are very much in a title race for the second year in a row going into March. And yet there are still Arsenal fans that are Arteta out. It's incredible. What did they think they did for the 10 years before Arteta? It's almost like they were winning the treble, playing the best football ever invented. Christian says, Mark knows nothing. Look how he talks about Jaffa cakes. Absolutely disgraceful. I don't mind Jaffa cakes, but I struggle with them. I don't massively enjoy the texture. And you can't dip them in a biscuit. You can't dip them in a cup of tea. So they're not a biscuit. They're a cake in a biscuit box. Yeah, I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. I do get it, but it's not for me. It's not for me. This poll is over. I've changed it. It's been stuck for 20 minutes, Nunez versus Isaac, and it was 50-50. Nunez has got 51%, so I'm closing it. Nunez is... It's a very good poll. Well done. Very, very well done. Fardev says, what's your view on Eddie Howe lying about player availability? I'm not aware of this story. Pray tell us more. The best biscuit, and I haven't... A biscuit's not been in my mouth in 2024. I haven't had a biscuit in 2024. I've had a mince pie. They were left over from Christmas. I treated myself a couple of weekends ago. But I haven't had a biscuit in 2024. But the best biscuit, bar none, is the chocolate hobnob. Imagine passing out from breaking your collarbone, waking up thinking... Oh, is Mark live? You're doing you're doing well, Mark. Very popular, says Fernando. Hobnobs are way too dry. No. You dip it in your tea. That's the whole point. The elite biscuit has to be dunkable in a cup of tea. Great thing about hobnob as well is you can have a pint of tea, dip a hobnob in it, you've only got half a pint left. It loves being dipped. It's like, give me more. It's like a sponge. I've literally ate half a packet of hobnobs before and had 2 cups of tea because it just soaks up the tea. Havertz, Saka. Oh, great save, Areola. I'm just thinking here. I've got to start thinking here. This game is over. I need to start thinking FPL, Fantasy Premier League. Need the clean sheet for Saliba. How are you doing on yours? I've got 49 points. So most of it's Haaland. Most of it's Haaland. Saka's got 6 at the moment. What? How's he got 6? Oh, he scored a penalty. Yeah. Saka's got 6. Saliba's got 7. Areola's -1. Need him to make a few more saves. Got Garnacho and Watkins to come. No Villa defenders, and no Man United defenders. Tunnock's tea cakes are amazing, Darren. That's a cake. A Tunnock's tea cake against a Jaffa cake is basically like a lion against a stupid little poodle. And the poodle is the Jaffa cake. I'm sure Jaffa cake used to be an offensive word that people used to call people. Let's not look into that. Start, bench, sell. Custard creams, digestives, lotus biscuit. I don't know what a lotus biscuit is, K5. But I'd start custard creams over digestives. I'm from India, but I've tried the chocolate hobnob. It's very good, says Ayush. Poll for chocolate digestives versus a chocolate hobnob, says Juicy Fruit Haze. I can do that if you want. And imagine passing out. I've done that one as well. Start, bench, sell, bread, pasta, potatoes. Well, potatoes have got to start. bread's got to be on the bench and pasta's got to be sold in them circumstances. What is a lotus biscuit? I'm sure I've... Biscuit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah. I probably would have put them top, really. Now I know. Right, I'm doing this for the chat. This is very Super Bowl sort of stuff, but just to give you a taster. Watched a very good film last night. It's been out a couple of years. And you know what? Really enjoyed its length. It was only 90 minutes long. It was called Greyhound with Tom Hanks. Based on World War II. And it was only 90 minutes long. And I was like, why? I watched Flowers of the Sunny Moon, or Killer of the Flower Moon last week. 3.5 hours. I watched Greyhound last night, 90 minutes. And I'm like, they don't need to make films for 3.5 hours. It was a very good watch. Solskjaer is in India right now. When are you coming, says Tanishk. I want to come to India. Someone arrange it. I'll do a couple of gigs. Here's Martinelli. No. Are you hungry, says Charlie? I'm bloody starving. I'm going to have a little snack before the United game. Otherwise, I'm going to pass out. Martinelli or Matoma, says Jay. I'd still go Matoma over Martinelli, but a good player. Have a stretch, Mark, says Samuel. Thanks, mate. I felt like I needed one. I'll do. Irvin says, did you watch the Forest game last night? I didn't. I just saw the incidents in it, and 100%, yeah, 100% was a penalty at 2-2 as well. I'm hearing that Amrabat might be starting for Manchester United, which is, well, very interesting. He has been back for a week. Would he play at left back and put Luke Shaw? I don't know. I don't know what that would be all about. I really don't know what that would be all about. Would that? Surely that would not be true. There'd have to be a late injury for that to be the case. Saka. Oh, well, if you've got Saka in your FPL, like I have, that's 2. I feel for those people who benched him. Why did you bench him? What did you bench him for? If you benched Saka, please tell us what you benched him for. That's the chat, because I can't speak. Why would you do that? Everything goes through him. That would be stupid. But what a finish. What a left foot. You know, you were talking about the top 5 players in the Premier League. Salah, Son, Haaland, De Bruyne. I'd probably be very tempted to put Saka in there. What a finish. People, write him off at your peril. Fantastic player. We're waiting on this United team. I'm a little bit worried about this wizardry that we might be starting Amrabat. Five 5-0. How many more could Arsenal get? I'm just trying to source this Amrabat starting thing. No Casemiro. fuck's sake. I mean, I'm speechless. I mean, we knew Martinez was going to be out. If Casemiro's out as well. 4-6! Declan Rice against his old club. He won't celebrate. He won't celebrate. But it's a lovely goal. He don't score many. And what a game to do it in against West Ham. They'll hate. I've got to change the score to 6 here, but I want to see the goal first. An amazing hit. Who gets the assist? Please let it be Saka. No, it's Ben White. Oh, it's a lovely goal. A lovely goal from Declan Rice. You can't deny it. Look at that scoreline. 6-0. Best performance of the season for Arsenal, says Cody. Pure power and whip. Areola's at full strength. He can't, full stretch. He can't save it. No big celebration. But deep down, he will be very, very happy with that. And he goes off as well. Bit of an applause. Well, I did say, do you think they'll get more than 6? They've got 25 minutes to get more than 6. They're level with City on goal difference, says Cubed. I'm eagerly awaiting this Manchester United team news. So Casemiro would not start and Amrabat would. Surely he'd start McTominay instead of Amrabat. Well, it massively, massively weakens Man United if Casemiro's out as well. Well, apparently it's not true. Don't leak the team unless you fucking know what it is. The Man United team is... Casemiro starts. Yeah, it's the same team as last week, but Maguire plays instead of Martinez. So it's Onana, Dalot, Maguire, Varane, Luke Shaw, Casemiro, Mainu, Bruno, Rashford, Højlund, Garnacho. Amrabat's on the bench with McTominay and Eriksen, Anthony and Forson and Ahmad, and then defenders Evans and Lindelof. Thank God for that. Right, anyway, back to this game. 6-0. Still 20 minutes to go. Can West Ham get a goal? Actually, probably don't want them to because I've got Saliba at centre-back. But the FPL team is rocking now. 2 goals for Saka, a goal for Saliba. Get a clean sheet as well, maybe. We're in London, aren't we? Says Bert. Peter Kay compared Hobnobs to Marines, says Daz. Yes. Whatever happened to Peter Kay? Start, bench, sell, Anelka, Ian Wright or Letitia. Honestly, Letitia was a very good flair player, but I'd sell him. I think Ian Wright or Anelka would be more suitable for my team. And I would bench Anelka and start Wright, actually. I think very underrated player. Subway or Greggs, says the Hills. Definitely Subway. Definitely Subway. Yeah, I agree with Andrew Williams. He says Letitia was mid, amazing goals, but no work rate. Some of his goals were unbelievable. But Letitia reminds me of we've all. I mean, I don't know whether you do it anymore, but you know, like when you play lunchtime football or down the park with your mates. There's that one player who just never does fuck all, but every now and again he'll just flick it up on the volley and bang, and that's Letitia for you. Great technique, but he'd be absolutely dreadful in the modern game. It's amazing, though, football, isn't it? I mean, this is a West Ham side that beat Arsenal at the Emirates just over a month ago. And here they are, 6-0 down a month later. Chocolate Digestive has beaten a chocolate hobnob. I just think that's ignorance. I don't think people know what a chocolate hobnob is. I'm ending that poll in disgrace. I can't believe that. That is one of the most... You know what? I'm all for... democracy and different opinion, but that's terrible. It really is. People have spoken, though, says the K-Man. They have. I'm so fucking hungry. I'm going to have to just end this stream and just gobble a load of food. 6-0 by Arsenal. What's this? What's this? What's this? Don't think you're going to get away with it. It's a very British biscuit, says Jimmy. West Ham haven't won in 7 games, says Rada. There was a normal chat there that whizzed through, and he might get away with it. No, you won't. Lectric says hobnobs are an old man's biscuit. Get with the times, Mark. I've been eating hobnobs since I was about 9. The 6-0s for the last 3 matches. West Ham won. Come on, you Gunners, says Damiola. Thank you, mates. And Paul says, this 6-0 by Arsenal is a big statement and it could even go higher. Arteta has silenced all his critics. Well, look, that's football. The great thing is we've got a back catalogue, haven't we? And, you know, last season, I even had Arsenal fans saying, you know, did you found the Arteta fan club? Because I haven't, but I have always been very complimentary of him. I've even had Arsenal fans giving out to me about it. And I'm like, he's your manager. Why would I give a shit if he does well? If anything, I'd benefit from him not doing well. But I think what he's done is take over a team that needed a hell of a lot of work. And gradually they're getting better. The next phase for Arsenal, in my opinion, is a midfielder to replace Partey so that they can play Rice, somebody else, and Odegaard. And then they need a striker, obviously. Just an out-and-out goal scorer. And I think they need to sort the fullback situation out. And then, you know, I think they're pretty much ready there. Got a young team as well. Imagine chocolate ginger nuts, says W1D. Why have they never done chocolate ginger nuts? Chocolate and ginger sounds really good. Why does chocolate ginger nuts sound like something else though as well? Maybe that was it. Hobnobs enjoyed by a knob, says Luke. Luke, you should get yourself your own YouTube channel. You make loads. You'd be like Speed. You'd have 100,000 people watching with comedy like that. Bran says, hello Mark, I'm from Canada and I don't know anything about NFL, but I'll watch the game with you. It's kicking off at 4 p.m. here. Good, Bran. I'm looking forward to it. Not having it, Mark. It's too OT, says Juicy. Shay is an Arsenal fan and he's very happy with this team. Well, Martinelli's hurt his knee. Hopefully that's not anything too serious, but didn't look anything serious really. A bit of a kick. I doubt you're going to get injured badly from a kick like that. Kian says we lost to this team in December. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, don't forget, watch along tonight. It's the Super Bowl watch along from 11 until the early hours. I do it every year. Massively enjoy it. If you don't know anything about American football, I may be able to convert you. It's a great event. It's an absolutely fantastic event to watch. And there's something magical about watching such a major event at like 1 o'clock in the morning on a Monday going into a new week. So join me for it. I can simplify the rules. I mean, to be honest, I don't watch it enough. I almost have to revisit them myself. But very basic, very basic. I don't really understand what all the fouls are for, but you don't need to. Foxes, but it'll only be a good game if the 49ers make it a good game, because it could be like this. You know, if the Chiefs are battering them, I'll go to bed at 2. I'll go to bed after Usher. Forget digestives, hobnobs are best biscuits ever, says Sean Kelly. Fox's cream crunch and ginger crunch are unreal, says Stephen Willocks. Thank you. Thank you. And don't forget, I'm on the United stand at 4 straight after this massive game against the Villa for United. By the way, I must remind, I did say it. I was on my Mark Goldbridge radio show last night and I got asked the question who I'd rather win the league. I'm ready to tell you who I'd rather win the league between Man City and Liverpool now. There's no point hiding it. Although Arsenal are still in the title race, and I hope I don't have to pick between Man City and Liverpool, but I have. The Liverpool rivalry means more to me than what Man City are. So as much as I don't want City to win it, I'd rather they win it than Liverpool because I respect the rivalry of Liverpool. And that 20 times would be a hard thing to acknowledge. So I would rather City win it because I don't respect what they do. Even if they do win it, I won't respect it. So that's sort of where I am at with that. Don't know what your thoughts are. But I'm looking forward to this United game, though. Ooh, it's going to be a cracker. It really is. It's got all the ingredients. I think we're going to see a Villa team that really does go for it. But I can't predict that one. I don't know what a wonder ball is. Pizza. And Mark, I'd anticipate a low-scoring game. 2 of the best defences in the NFL. Chiefs don't score as much as they have in previous years. Go 49ers, says Bryce. Thank you very much. Anyone dunk Oreos in tea, says Ali. Yeah, you can't beat that. And I I remember being in a TGI Fridays in Dublin when I was about 21, and we were sat at the bar drinking cocktails. It was really busy on a Saturday night, and we sat at the bar drinking cocktails, and all on the side of the bar they had loads of mini packets of Oreos, and for the next hour we must have demolished about 10 packets, and then the barman says that, you know, he tried to charge us for them, and we were like, yeah, we will pay for those. I don't know why we were just eating them thinking that they were on the bar to be ate as bar snacks, and then it was sort of like when you felt like communicating that to the barman, you realised how stupid it sounded. But yeah, they just had these little mini packets there that they were obviously using for some sort of cocktail or something, I don't know, and we were just demolishing them. And then it was like, yeah, you're going to have to pay for those. I was like, yeah, I suppose we are, aren't we? Pork and beans and fish. Thank you very much for your super chat. Jamie doesn't like Oreos. My local pub used to have an Oreo pudding that came out as a big Oreo, and it was ice cream in the middle, and it was like this cookie crumble stuff, and it looked like a big Oreo. It's quite nice, but you could never finish it. It was very sickly. I think Saka's gone off, hasn't he? So he can't score any more goals. All this food talk's making me very, very, very hungry. Please do subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. And don't forget, we are live on the United Stand in 15 minutes, straight after this game, as Manchester United take on Aston Villa. What a game it is as well. What an absolute cracker of a game it is. No, not West Ham. No. Oh, I don't want West Ham to score. There's no point. I need my clean sheet for Saliba. Why don't you take Saliba off? Take Saliba off. For the love of God, have a stretch, says Zeno. Bench, start or sell. Rui Costa, Pirlo, Zidane, says pork and beans and fish. I know what that means. Rui Costa, I would sell. Pirlo, I'll bench. And Zidane, I'll start. Do not want West Ham to score. Keep that clean sheet for my man, Saliba, in my FPL. How many points have you got in your FPL, everybody? Do you want to know how many I've got? Because I'm going to tell you anyway. I currently have got 62. And the best bit is that the bonus points at the moment... What? Declan Rice? Declan Rice has got... What's Declan Rice done in this game? Why has Declan Rice got more bonus points than Saka? Oh, fuck off. So Saka will only get 2 points more with that. Oh, he got 2 assists. Oh, that's why. I didn't realise Rice got 2 assists. Okay. So Rice is going to get the 3 bonus points. Saka will get 2. And on the, as it stands at the moment, Odegaard would get 1. Although Saliba could move ahead of him with the clean sheet. So I'm on 62 points. I've got nothing on my bench that's going to come in. Areola's got 0. What a surprise. He's let 6 in. But he's got 2 from points. He got a yellow card. 62, not too bad. A lot of people have got 66, 61, 58. I've got Garnacho and Watkins left. Stupidly, I took Kuna. I took Tony out and put Kuna in. Guess what? Tony scored and Kuna didn't. A lot of people doing very well in the chat. few people with like late 80s, 90s. Well done. Well done. Niall says, who would be your ideal interview guest? Oh, I don't know. I don't know who I'd like to interview, ideally. I'd have to think on that, Niall. Good question. I'd love to interview someone like Roy Keane, but that's a bucket list because I like the player. Anything that's a challenge, really. Do you think Arsenal could beat City? Well, it's at the Etihad, which makes it tough. But you know what? If Arsenal played City now, they'd probably have a chance. But you can guarantee by the time Arsenal play City, they'll have 2 players suspended, 3 big players injured, and City will have everyone fit. Gary Neville would be a challenge because he hates you. Well, it's sad he lives his life with hate then, isn't it? Especially for somebody he's never met and doesn't actually know. So he's only living off fucking tweets and what other people have told him, which is a really thick way to live your life. But there we go. I'm not bitter. 90 with Watkins and Palmer to go, says Lewis. And Matthews on 81 as well. What about Ronaldo? I think Ronaldo would be quite boring, you know. I don't want to interview. I think the best interviews are the people who actually give you more than a trained PR answer. I am doing the Super Bowl tonight, Matthew. Yes, looking forward to it on this channel. Make sure you subscribe. What if the 115 are on for the treble, says 5 Cantonars? Well, I think they are. FB, thanks for your super chat. When's City's double game week? I think it's next week, isn't it? D2 Trippy has got 65 points. He hasn't changed his team since October. And NKS says that the goal difference of the top 3 teams is insane. 32, 31 and 31. I'm going to do a quick poll here. Thanks, Robert. What's your prediction for Villa United? I've gone with a 1-1 draw. Yeah, I've gone 1-1. Robert, if half of that stuff you've just sent to me is true, fucking hell. Suppose it depends how reliable you think it is. How long do you think he's going to add on here, the referee? I mean, seriously, come on. You can't add loads on. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this tonight. I mean, I am looking forward to the Super Bowl. I'm really looking forward to it. But this United game is just huge. Huge. So big. So big. I just hope United can get the result, obviously. But got a lot of respect for Villa. They've been a very good team this year. I just wish we'd caught them on the day that Chelsea and Newcastle caught them, because they totally deserved to win, and Villa never looked like they were going to come back into it. But you can guarantee Villa are not going to play like that today. I just can't see Villa losing 3 games in a row at home. Do you think Leverkusen are going to win the Bundesliga, says Man United 888? I hope they do, because it would be great for the Bundesliga for Bayern Munich not to win it. But I still think there's 5 points. There's a long way to go. Terp says, I think Villa will be up for it. Yeah, me too. Me too. Only 3 minutes added. So they added 7 in the first half and only 3 added in the second half. Madness. Madness. And I don't really know where the 7 came from in the first half. And yet we've had... How many subs have we had? We've probably had about 8 subs. It doesn't even make sense. You're meant to add 30 seconds for every sub. Yeah, I'm live at 4 o'clock on the United Stand. I'm just going to grab something to eat and then I will be on. Although if you want to go in somewhere in between, we have got the countdown to kick-off show on the United Stand as well. I might do a Chelsea watch-along tomorrow, Cruiser. I'm just going to see how I feel tomorrow after the Super Bowl because I will be up until about 3:30 in the morning for that one. But, yeah. Yes, we're doing a Super Bowl watch-along, Taz. I'll be setting it up after the Man United game. Anfield says, what snacks do you recommend for the Super Bowl? If you can't get any American stuff, then just get Pringles, Doritos, Reese's, stuff like that. Or just get what you want. Get a bag of M&Ms. Get hyped for all the commercials tonight, says Justin. Yeah, but we won't be listening to the commercials because we'll be having a chat. Liverpool title or City treble, says 5 Cantonars. I think I'd have to say Liverpool title in that case. Yeah. I like Dr. Pepper, Mike Irvine. I just want to make sure that that Arsenal get this clean sheet here because that's more points for Saliba. 6-0. West Ham might have took that at half-time, you know, being 4. Am I doing Man United against Villa? 100%. Of course I am. United Stand straight after this. There will probably be a bit of a 5-minute gap between me going live from here and there. But we have got the countdown to kick-off show on the United Stand if you want to go and fill that gap. Thanks everyone who subscribed as well. Don't forget the Super Bowl tonight on here on this channel as well. And referee blows the whistle. Right, I'm going to grab something to eat and I'll see you in 5 minutes on the United Stand for Man United against Aston Villa.